out of boredom. Because there is no entertainment in this country or whatsoever. If you're
but this red carpet culture is by the few for the few, Ali. It's very exclusive.
वो एक छोटा सा segment है. Are you angry about that?
I'm not angry about that. I'm asking you that.
Have you ever seen me on a red carpet? Except
where do these guys fit in? Where do they get off? Because considering the state of the country, where do these guys get off?
I know, but you still need them, because that, even if it brings in a little iota of entertainment into the lives of people who watch news channels upon news channels upon news channels. News channel says this guy is dying, this is it, तेल का बुरान और भी संगीन हो गया, आटे का बुरान और संगीन हो गया, गैस की प्राइसें बढ़ गई, अवाम ने सड़क पे निकल कर दिया. मैं आपको अपने ख़ानदान की, अपने दोस्तों, अहबाब, बड़े सिंपल लाहौरी लोग हैं. They are the ones who give us strength. They are the ones who say कि बस बेटा अब ख़त्म हो गया. They are the ones who say कि आराम से, वो लोग जो थे ना, उनके दिमागों में मीडिया ने एक इंतशार पैदा कर दिया है. You understand what इंतशार is? इंतशार ये है कि बस ख़त्म होने वाली दुनिया मेरे भाई, दुनिया ख़त्म होने वाली है. पाकिस्तान तो स्पेशली बहुत जल्दी ख़त्म होने वाला है. ये मीडिया का हमें एक एपोकलिप्स आ गया है. ये मीडिया बस दिखा रहा है और कुछ नहीं दिखा रहा.
You really think so?
I really believe so, and I'm not the only one in this thought process. Please go out on the street and talk to normal people. उन्होंने कहा जी मीडिया तो दिखाता ही है कि जी बस बंदे उठ गए, फलाने उठ गए, 10 उठ गए, 5 उठ गए. So you need entertainment.
So the celeb culture is a counter to that?
No, it's not. Not the celeb culture.
Red carpets are a counter to
entertainment is a counter to that. There was a research in Karachi 3 years ago, which there was a lot of street crime in Karachi, as you remember. About 2-3 years ago, there was a lot of street crime, and there was a TV show on either Star Plus or some other channel like that. When that happened, the crime rate went down like 88% or something like that. Because most people were watching that, even the robbers and dacoits were actually, and then they realized that most people are committing these crimes. The kids are committing these crimes out of boredom, of lack of entertainment, lack of any sort of initiative to go play anything, do anything constructive. Cinema, kaun sa cinema? Stage, kaun sa cinema? Art culture, what art culture in this country? Forget about it. What's the entertainment? Let's go rob somebody. तेरे पास बंदूक है, मेरे पास है, चल आ बंदे को ट्रक वाले को लूटते हैं चल के रास्ते में. So this is the kind of culture that you're actually, यहाँ पे, this is the country where mass murder is more respected than an educated man like yourself. And unless you act like a mass murderer, you won't be respected.
Okay.
That's it. So this is the culture that we have bred, and we've taken years and years of perfecting this culture. And you're pointing fingers at red carpet culture. Nobody gives a damn about that. You're right about that. But then, like I said,
I was just asking if it's a little contrived considering the state of affairs in the country.
It is.
That's all.
But then it is contrived. But let's say 20 news channels and 3 entertainment channels or 5.
Okay. I get your point.
I mean, come on.
Okay,
hello. Is this a news-hungry nation? Do we need this information?
We are a very political people. We are a very political
and so
people.
don't blame me for being
Which brings me to my last couple of questions, okay? After Junoon had its own identity.
Yeah.
What's your ID now? What's your identity? Briefly.
My identity is that that there is no identity. There's no shape. There is no Sufi rock. There is no goofy rock. There is no pop. There is no reggae. There's nothing. It's all music. So my identity is, first and foremost, is musical. And I'm gonna speak through my musical identity is, again, self-preservation. And self-preservation happens through self-analysis. Not self-centered. Yes, all those things are related to each other. But my music, when you listen to the new album, which is called Clash and Folk, and the album cover, the whole
I've heard it's not political.
It's not political.
But Clash and Folk sounds really political.
Very political. But Clash and Folk is basically a self-dialogue. Everything is a self-dialogue. You could call those songs love songs, and you could call them, yeah, it's a good question. There's a question mark to it. So, I mean, it's not going to be a political album at all, but at the same time, it asks questions to itself. कि मैं क्या हूँ और मैं क्या कर रहा हूँ, and why would I want to do this, and blah blah blah. So it's basically shapeless.
Like but in the shapeless world,
so everybody, anybody who hears it will have their own perception for it. I don't want to give them a perception.
And it's urban street
folk
music, urban folk music.
Urban folk
Okay,
music.
now the question is that we can talk about the album in just a second, but I want to come back to this identity thing. Let's concentrate on you and Salman. Post Junoon, there's been a split, obviously, but Salman has become a politician. He's played at the Nobel Peace Prize ceremony. He's recently played in Indian-held Kashmir. He's still under the banner of Junoon. He's still holding that banner together, right? He's a UN Goodwill Ambassador, etc.
Was about 7 years ago.
Right.
And still sells that idea.
Still sells that.
Oh, yeah, I'm an ambassador. There were 20 other ambassadors after that.
Meanwhile, people say Ali Azmat has graduated from this level of party animal to this level of party animal. So he's become a politician, you've become a party animal. Where's the reconciliation?
Well,
what
who
have
says
you
that I'm a
become?
party animal?
You
Or
ju-
maybe
you
I'm
ju-
a party animal.
You just said it a little while ago.
Yes, I said I partied all my life. What does a party mean? You and I sitting in a room?
Listen, I'm not pointing a finger here at you being a party animal. I'm just saying, how do you reconcile that? What do you think about that? That he's become a politician, your former buddy has become a musical politician.
Okay.
Right? And you've become this self-searching, urban folk, clash and folk type.
Yeah.
What's the difference?
Well,
How
that's
does that
who
go?
I guess that's who I am. I don't really believe in anybody's war. You know, to this day, where people will come up to me or take up this issue, take up this issue, take up that issue. There is no issue worth taking. There's nobody worth fighting for. There is in this world the kind of, you know, like craziness that we surround ourselves with. There's nothing worth fighting for but for yourself. So what you're fighting for is your beliefs at the end of the day. I couldn't sit down on a computer and send email to the managing committee of Nobel Peace Prize to let Junoon play there. Oh yeah, we heard of Junoon. Yeah, I'll send you all these tapes. And I'm Salman Ahmed, and I would love to come and play at the ceremony, even if I get paid or not. Oh, I want to come and play in Kashmir. Oh, it'll be great for media. You know, I know how it works. You know, I don't call up any newspaper guys. I don't call up any these guys. Yeah, please take my interview. You know, I'm doing this concert. Why don't you just cover my concert? Hey, I'm doing this. Hey, you'll if it's worthwhile, you'll come and cover it anyway. Yeah. So me being politicizing the whole, like, you know, because I went to Kashmir and because I'm a Kashmiri Muslim from Pakistan, you know, I can do this and I hit this angle. You know, I can take a stable right now, and he will sit there and say, okay, this, you know, we're gonna take this route to it, and you see the northeast corner of this great was actually formulated from the Kashmir, and it comes from the hierarchy of the UN, you know. So this, when you come from that side, you turn that, it's still I see it, it's there, it smells like it feels like sure, it tastes like too.
All right. Now, a sensitive question.
Yes, it is still
last couple of questions. You've had a past with drugs.
Past with drugs?
People say you have.
Well, people say a lot of other things also. People, I mean, that's just people's perception. And
have you or have you not?
Well, of course, I've experimented with it, but
did it ever trouble you?
Not at all. Not at all. I have a strong personality.
Experimented.
You know, like you go through that age when everything is openly, readily available, and you try everything, but then you don't make anything your, you know, scapegoat or anything like that. And I guess it'll show.
Are you still hooked on?
No. I'm not hooked on anything. Anything I'm hooked on is peace of mind, and I've become actually very, very lazy and sort of lackadaisical. I'm gonna sit in my house for days, and you know, as you grow older, you obviously leave a lot of things behind. And by saying that this person, because he experimented with drugs, is a drug addict forever, you know, it's not. I mean, what's the definition of drugs? You know, a coffee can be a drug for somebody, you know, or you know, beating up somebody on the street is a drug. So is it violence? Is it substance abuse? What are you talking about? Substance abuse. Yes, we have tried substances, mind-altering substances, but yes, there was a time for it. There was time and place for it. 92 to 97, maybe 98, you know. And you know, with 10 years has been a different route altogether. You know, for example, if I was a drug addict, I would be basically